In the 4th week of the Beginner's Mindful course that I teach, there's a session called the Mindful Mind. This class arrives once the practitioner has engaged in the introductory mindful listening, body, and breathing practices. This is the signature practice of the Mindspace training, the effect of it being that we experience an authentic and immediate mindspace. I begin the class by telling a story from one of my teachers who spent 10 years in solitary meditation retreat. Upon leaving retreat, having been requested by his teacher to start sharing wisdom and compassion with the community, he concluded, regarding training in the art of meditation, that there was one practice most effective and relevant for our busy minds in these distracted times that brings relaxation, stress relief, and insight. The practice allows us to enter a relaxed, balanced state where we can gain a direct experience of mindfulness. There are tens of thousands of different types of meditation, many being very effective to bring about peace, calm, clarity, and awareness. However, their effectiveness is dependent on how we approach them. He explained that our approach to meditation can be slightly impatient. When we try to focus and concentrate, we almost apply too much effort. Our mind becomes too tight. For example, when we practice breathing meditation, we are told to focus on the sensation of the breath. Of course, if we're aware of the breath in a relaxed manner, then this will bring good results into our experience. The issue is being able to focus in a relaxed manner, to just abide with the breathing. Usually we're not relaxed when we sit down to practice, so our meditation can feel uncomfortable and slightly strained. We try hard to focus, almost too hard. To help with this issue, he presented a meditation, which is known as just sitting. We simply abide in the present moment, with awareness, not trying to focus or make anything happen, just sitting. We watch our thoughts. We observe what is happening around us. We notice what is happening inside of us. But we're not distracted. The analogy is used of a frog, still and attentive, while at the same time being completely alert. It's important to note this is an analogy. We don't need to visualize a frog. When we are practicing, especially for beginners, there is a tendency to assess one's experience. Most people often say to me, "Oh, I find meditating hard," or "I'm a very distracted person." This meditation, known as just sitting, can address these thoughts. We recognize that these are just conceptions arising in our mind. We can choose to believe them, or we can let them pass. We are just sitting. How can you be good or bad at just sitting? So when I introduce this practice on week 4 of the beginner's course, it creates a completely new, relaxed atmosphere in the group. Some practitioners feel a sense of liberation and freedom. Within the Buddhist tradition, this meditation is sometimes introduced at the beginning of the practitioner's training. It's also one of the most advanced practices introduced within the Tantric tradition, presented later for practitioners on retreat, with a slightly different instruction. Our mind has limitless potential. This practice helps us to explore this and start to gain experience of the peace beneath the distractions, like diving into the ocean instead of being tossed around by its waves. The just sitting meditation helps us to step back from the busyness. We are able to take an objective view. We're no longer fighting our mind or trying to make an experience happen. We're just being aware. This mental skill cultivated in meditation helps us to develop emotional intelligence, which not only aids us in our meditation, but also in our daily life, when we need to be able to step back from a difficult or challenging situation. We have the mind space to respond with wisdom instead of reacting with our distracted emotions. So, we abide in the present moment. We sit and watch. We try to sit still and just notice. We abide with awareness, with non-judgment, not expecting anything, not making anything happen, just sitting, enjoying mind space.